Guys, me Misha. Everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Let's take a look at the markets. Let's take a look at the markets. I don't know how my trading view glitches. I don't like it. Yeah. It didn't change direction officially, but we are in correction, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just woke up. Same deal. It's correction. It is correction. That's interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. um. Yeah. But look how from this level it bounces and bounces. Yeah, no. I think this volume is a sentence. You know what I'm talking about, this one. It's a transition, it's a local extremum. But yeah. Absolutely on volume. Well, there is a little volume, but the volume is here. Yeah. Let's keep it open, but no. SPY is there. Yeah. Bebopping in a correction. Yeah, I don't think so. This is Friday. I don't think so. Well, technically it's a transition extremum. This one. It didn't upthrust it. Didn't have enough like power, buying power to go there. So yeah, I don't think it's a good place to enter the market. On volume T1, there is a volume here. So technically that was an entry. Huh. Even more so. 252. Even more so. Well, yeah, it's in this balance. It's in this balance. Balance, of course, is way better than the short trend. And there is a volume, and it's the biggest volume on this. Not the biggest, but significant. That's the last minute of the day. And then, I'm sorry. And then the 2-bar spring. And then test. I don't think so. Because there is no exhaustion volume on minutes and on hourly. First of all, it should be like seen as the counter trend, because correction already began officially. So then this 0.5 doesn't matter, and we need to look at it as the counter trend. So it needs a close manipulation signal. Weird situation on dollar. Yeah, I don't think so on MySix, because it's so up there on daily. No context on monthly. 0.5 is there, but ultimately we are looking into this level right now. So I don't think so. Yeah, it's right there. and now it broke the level. And changed direction. With this being the sign of strength. Is this being the sign of strength? Now I'm trying to check my OBS all the time because of how it glitched on me lately. RTS. Yeah, it's in a short trend. In 0.5 though. In a balance. Oh no. It's not the 0.5 I'm looking for. That's the 0.5 I'm looking for. First of all, let's remove this from hour. Yeah. It's an interesting volume for sure. And it's a balance now, but counter trend balance. Yeah, it's right there, but also like I don't think there is anything for Mishka. Huh, you see? They're like twins, MySix and RTS, for the exception that RTS is nominated in United States dollar. And MySix, the Moscow Exchange Index, is nominated in rubles, Russian rubles. Yeah. Well, of course, I think MySix is in a slightly better position. Or maybe not, I don't know. I don't like either, so I'll keep it open. But I don't like either. It reached its 0.5 on daily. So yeah, that was the potential. Oops. Interesting. It never uh, broke the level. No, it did. Right here. It went down. Down, down, down. So here's this counter trend. And the volume is attractive here. But it's on daily, it's in the wrong place, and there's no exhaustion volume whatsoever. So, boom. So yeah. Dow Jones is right there. Dow Jones is right there. I hope I'm out. I had a revision for this trade. By my trading coach. Let's see, hopefully I'm out of this guy. Yes. I'm filled at 150.85. Let me log it. I'll explain it in a second. So I did $0 on this trade, and I'm content with it because oh wait, I didn't lock my stop loss, and okay. So what happened here is, let me first let the world know. Closed manually, broke even at, oops, after revision of the setup of the daily levels. So yeah, what happened here is I showed this trade to my trading coach, and he thinks that 1 bar rule does not apply here. We'll see how it goes eventually, but his point was that, like, on the break under ice bar, there was a level, there was a volume, so that means that this T2 was a real level, even though this was on volume T1 and this was absolutely on volume upthrust. But the fact that break under ice, had a volume, signifies that there is a real volume. And then if it changes direction, then that would be the next stop. So yeah, gun and gun. So let me. Done and gun. I don't think I need it on. Okay, so that's because this T2 is still intact. So let's keep an eye on it. Oh yeah, I'm still kind of disagreeing with my trading coach, but I have a very firm discipline. I have to prioritize his decisions over mine because it doesn't make sense to study from him otherwise. So what he says is right, and he said that that was the previous T2, so there was no point to see it from here. Okay, we're out of this guy. It kind of confirms an hourly. Right now it changed direction and slowly grinding. This way. Okay. That's the wrong color. Oh, never mind. Now change direction. Oops. It's also bebopping around in this no man's land. Yeah. So that's magnet. I didn't take this trade, but I took this one. Yeah. Fjord still grinds higher. I think actually that wouldn't be bad for you. I see how that like respected 0.5 went higher. The thing is, this might not be the level. 1060, because the 1068 and 1068 on hourly, there was, this is like 1069, and this is 1074. Wait, what? 1069 and 1069 on hourly. It's also, no, hold on, low 1069 L 1069. You can see that this is visually lower than this, and yet they show the same. You can see it like an hour and 5 minutes. Yeah. 1069. 1069 by visually. You can see, maybe I should address the support, but it doesn't matter. So there's a chance there's no level here, and then was just an up thrust of this whole thing in 0.5, and that's now a weak test. You know what I mean? So there might be a chance this is the level. But this volume looked good. Yeah. And it's in 0.5 regardless. So it's a good question if it comes here and up thrusts, or even manipulates this level. But I was relying on this bullish bar with this volume. Looked like an exhaustion. So yeah, alternatively, can be this. And there's no context on daily whatsoever. But if this was a transition extremum, then, and then you go, yeah. And this is strengths, and this is strengths. And then boom's going to 0.5. Let's stick to the original charting. But I'll keep it in mind when it comes here. Maybe it's going to be good for a short. ZTS is doing a thing. And that's a test. Oh, bro. That was a massacre. Yeah. Oh, it's barely been traded, like 1,000 shares. But one could say that this here was a test. You can say it weak though. Yeah, 21.55, 21.19. So Intel is grinding. But this volume is very alarming. Oops, sorry. This volume is very alarming. It was the last volume of the hour, of the day, last hour of the day, sorry. And yet there was this volume next morning, so skeptical. There's a balance here, and then that was a spring, that was a break, and that was, yeah, and then it jerked off. And that's what it is now. And that's what it is now. Yeah. It's really hard to tell what's going on here. Except for that maybe minutes correspond to match hour. That's about I can tell about this case. It's in correction now. Oops. It's in correction now. So yeah. Also what I can say is that this movement should be seen as short correction. And it's 0.5. So high up there. It's horrible. Something quick on 5 minutes. Don't think so. This thing doesn't look good. Yeah, it's like too close now to main level of the day to be worried about these guys. Doesn't matter. HSBC. HSBC is doing it. Close to 0.5. AMD is going down. Yeah, I did this too far from 0.5, so too far. Goes up. counter trend to bar up thrust with volume. Test goes down. But too far from 0.5, which is habitual for short. Shorts are like that, they go fast. And now it's good in continuation of the trend. Yeah. Yeah, like this. Oops. Yeah, so this looks like absorption of sales. And even though this was a sign of strength, I see it didn't go far. And this is unvolumed. Absolutely. So I'd be like aware. And you see how it did like bounced off this level? Volume zone rather. So volume zone, you see how like whoever was selling here met all the demand, all the supply met all the demand, and it closed bullish. So, and then bounced off this zone with the stop in action or evening star reversal in some other cultures, and just went. Now it's just bebopping here. So should we? Let's just keep it open to see how it will do. That went down. Yeah, and it closed below. It closed in a break. And this thing, I think, closing in a break. Why? Because it's this like weird break in Russia in between main session and the evening session. This is how they do it in Russia. Yeah, weird. 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 Yeah, this is yeah. Oh, this was an entry. Oh, and it broke. It actually broke the level. But in the moment, let's see if there was like a 5-minute trade. There was. Didn't give us a test, though. Only without a test. It's like a good volume. I wouldn't take it personally. And now it's a break. So this moment have to stop it at 0.5 on daily. It looks alright, but it's like so high out there on monthly, yearly. It's horrible. Oh, this thing did a split, so I was not charging it wrong. It just split. So there was like a pop-up window, asking me if I want to readjust everything to the split thingy, and I answered yes, and I got this. Yeah, also like so high. Yeah. What is this? What is this? The thing goes lower. Get the sign of strength here. Sorry. Oh, that was a good sneeze. It's good in continuation of the trend. For now, I'm just falling. It's just falling. Yeah. Something like this. Which doesn't make sense to take 0.5 from the previous T1, T2 because it's like lower than this up thrust. So in reality, I think and there was a level here. No, it was a break 1 bar roll. I don't know. I think this is like the previous then. This is the previous. Wait, what? Yeah. And what is the, okay. An exhaustion is here, 135. Yeah. And that's actually our sign of strength, so it will only be good from here. Maybe. That respected the point. T2 level. This is the volume 2 bar up thrust. Let's see. On volume T1, volume up thrust needed a test. But close to R without a test today, but nothing here, and then boom, goes down. Yeah, gone and done. They say one and done, but I say gone and done for this specific situation. Yeah, I don't know there is anything for me. I don't think there is anything for me. Look at this guy. Just doesn't want to go. And expanding and expand. That's why we need tests on expanding T2s. Because why? Why, Lisa? Why? Maybe because this upthrust, this volume all bearish, and we are at the resistance level on yearly, on the year. Not far from 0.5. volume distribution is not like obvious. Here's the bigger volume, but you would expect some turbulence here, at least to like 0.5 maybe. Yeah, so that's why that's maybe why this 0.5 doesn't want to hold it all. And then this volume comes in. Was it there on hourly? Yeah, it was. It's there. It's there. Okay. Never mind. So again, it goes there. Oh, wait. How did that happen? Oh, okay. That's how it happened. So that was the... So now this is the situation. So it's good on 5 minutes without closing the manipulation signal on hourly. And yeah, it goes down. This looked like a good volume. Below, we already passed transition shown. It's last hour, so yeah, it's a good volume. It's a good volume. It's a good volume. Let's skip it. Yeah, it's a break. Technically, it's good in continuation of the trend. Practically, I'm not a fan of this idea. I don't think it's a good idea. Same here, right? Yeah. Well, at least it broke too. Still in the balance. But we don't need it now. Just got AMD. You see? Boom. Okay. Let's see the rest of the stock. This is below the data level, so why am I looking at it? There's nothing to look at. UNP is was interesting. Yeah, this looks like a sentence for this long balance, and we're like still too high. This looks like a sentence, and so does this and this. Yeah. I don't know what to make of it. This dude be bopping. Wait. Yeah, so tight. So tight. Huh. MetLife. Uy, uy, uy. This is beautiful, beautiful. The spring was here though. Yeah. Transition extreme and then it goes higher, higher, higher. Yeah. Yeah. This was the entry maybe. A little like a little too high above 0.5, but that was opening of the day movement. Yeah, that would have been a little bold, but technically non-violent, so they forget it. This is weird stuff. Now in the balance. Now in the balance. Counter trend ice. And then volume comes in. Yeah, oi. Oi. Yeah. That was the weekend. Never mind the weekend. Boom, boom. Baby, baby, why don't we yeah. Okay. It's in 0.5. Ladies and gentlemen. For your entertainment, way above 0.5 on daily. Still in a good place on monthly. With this volume swaying over us. Boom, boom. And definitely having room to go on oh wait, we are in a break now, so we don't need 0.5 from previous. Yeah, we are in a break, so this 0.5 is good for us. Yeah, that's a massacre. That's the close of the evening session. And that's now we need a transition extra. Let's take a look at our losses of the day, and I'll let you go. Bank St. Petersburg. Ooh, something happened to Bank St. Petersburg. It belongs to the son of very close Putin ally, Senator but female senator, so surprise, surprise, female empowerment in Russia. Very close to Putin. He like owns like a little town in Spain. Yeah. Maybe something happened in the town. Look at this volume. Probably something on the news about paying St. Petersburg. Oops, I'm sorry. St. Petersburg is also my hometown, and Putin's hometown, and that senator's hometown. We all come from there. And also the cultural capital of Russia, and the criminal capital of Russia, and ex-capital of Russian Empire, founded by Peter the Great, Peter the First. Anyhow, I don't know what to do with, but yeah, it's definitely and there's something definitely happening to this guy. This is not even closed yet. Just boom, and one thing. Douche. Beautiful. And here's an exhaustion. Interesting. I think it's sanctioned. I was gonna say maybe like they sanctioned it, but it was like that would be like too funny if it wasn't yet. There's a change of direction here, so let's chart it just for funsies. His name is Sergei Matvienko. Valentina Matvienko is his mom. She's not only senator, but what do you call the like head of Senate? She's not only senator from St. Petersburg, I think, but also a like what they call the key speaker and the head of Senate. Anyhow, it's all like under strict Putin's control. All the laws, like anything that like Russian House of Representatives does, parliament or senator or both, Senate, it's all dictated by Putin at this point. No freedom of speech, no self-governance for Russia, unfortunately. Well, that was a level, if anything, and so it's hard to tell what was the previous level here, really. And yeah, I love Russia dearly. It's my motherland, but it needs to obtain freedom of speech and freedom of action through self-governance. Firmly believe in that. I think it would be fair to just like put this 0.5 here. It's kind of like against any rules that we do, but you can see what's like coming up, and then look at this. It's not the biggest volume of all times, but it's very, very, very significant for this entire movement, I'd say. Interesting. Meta, it does not belong to the son of Russian senator. It belongs to Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, and I think after this volume, and then look at this beautiful volume up thrust test, weak test, culmination of test. Good signs of reversal, yeah. And here on volume T1, volume up thrust. Yeah, I think it gave multiple opportunities on minutes on day trade. Let's see. Look at this guy. So that was a level, then it broke and went down, 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 and then up. And then even like, even from here, you can make an exclusion basically. Think, yeah, but it's too tight considering the volume. But no. Sorry. And then again, it went down, 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 and then up again. And it actually, 546, 625, it actually updated this level. And you need to understand that half of the skill is to be able to identify an entry point where to join the market and do that. And the other half of the skill is to identify where not to join the market. And even though I wouldn't be able to identify properly here an entry point, I would definitely see that you should not join the market here. So yeah, there was nothing here. That was the actual level. And then it reversed. So that's the deal. And technically, and the previous point, previous T2 is now here. So it's in a beautiful T2. Yeah, this volume, and then this volume, and this volume. Yeah. But look, it looks like a wave. Oh wait, yeah, wave breaks. You know, T1 biggest volume, and then like smaller. It has inertia, so it still bounces. But yeah, I would be very skeptical about this T2 on D. But keep an eye on it, right? Just out of our inquisitiveness. But yeah, I think those volumes were a sentence pretty much. So, and now it's initiative takeover, and I'll show you how I think it is. So it was like exhausting because like the trend was so powerful. Look at this. It was like so like just straight arrow. So it's hard for it to stop. But then on daily it shows this. Right? It's not the biggest. Oops. We don't need this. Oh, okay. But it's the biggest here at least. And then it can stop because it's very powerful, and it goes up thrust it's again. And now up thrust it's again. And here on hourly, it shows like initiative takeover, this volume, and then boom, this volume. Done deal. I bet my, no, let me take it back. But I'm almost 100% positive. Okay, let me take it back. I think this is initiative takeover. on inferior time frame, on hourly, we can see, and that's confirmed on 5 minutes. You see, this is not the I'm sorry, the biggest volume. This is the biggest volume. Sorry. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see how massive it is. Why am I feeling under weather again? Anyone knows? But yeah, initiative takeover. So like on hourly, even in 5 minutes, we can confirm what we see on daily, what we cannot even remotely see on monthly. Monthly looks great, except for the bigger volume is on reaction bar. Yeah, and yearly, everything looks so powerful, there is no exhaustion volume. But on hourly, in 5 minutes, we can already tell. So yeah, guys, if I want you to take away something from this video today, is that half of the skill is to be able to identify an entry point and execute it, where to join the market and do it, be able to do it. And the other half of the skill is to be able to identify where not to join the market and don't do it. You know what I mean? I'll leave you with that thought. And as always, trade responsibly on your own. Carry out all the decisions at your own discretion. Never listen to anyone. No one knows anything anyways. Learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people, such as myself or whoever is to your liking. Always find people who provoke a thought in your brain rather than try to sell you some ready to implement information. You know what I mean? You do. No, that's not how. No, that's not how it works at all. Anyhow. Okay, that's a break. That's a break. Okay. That shows us a level, unvolumed. But compared to... No, it's there. Yeah, unvolumed. Absolute unvolumed. Okay. So we have this. We have fjord. Yeah, and that's it. Okay.